since we use set of 4s and AZTEKs a lot, and both kind of like the mountain rescue as well as the urban and fire service, I'll make a video on just rappelling with the AZTEK and a pinch. Again, like it's only 50 feet of cord, so you're not gonna get very far. You're gonna need an extra carabiner. The standard AZTEK just has the Purcell prusik, and I don't know if it comes with a quick link or not. Some packages do. At the bare bones, like you can rappel fairly easily if you don't weigh a whole lot with just your standard Munter. This gives me more friction here. This gives me less. And I need to tend this as I go down, because if I don't, it could get locked up right here. And now my Purcell's weighted and my Munter's no longer weighted. And that's not a problem. What I don't want to do is use a regular prusik here, because then I'm really screwed. I can't transfer the tension back over. I can only do that if I have the Purcell. And if I want to make like a controlled stop, and I didn't have this Purcell up here with just the Munter or the Italian hitch, even creating more friction and routing this back up and trying to like dog this off or mule it off, it's really difficult to do if you're suspended, and it's very dangerous actually. So you kind of want this in here. Not a big deal. So if you need to lock off, do some work, just let the Purcell grab up here, and then once it's set, I want to make sure that I'm configured for down, which I am here, and then I can lock off with either, and now I can take my time and do whatever I want. So I can do like what we do in the rescue service is just dogging it off. That's 2 half hitches. So that's 1 half hitch on the bite right there, and then I continue in the direction for the 2nd half hitch. So in organized rescue, we like to dog off. It's pretty quick and easy. The traditional way of dogging off is actually the mule. It's a slightly different variation of dogging off. You still have to route this back up, but instead of just doing 2 half hitches, so here I have a loop, and I want to encapsulate the loop and the strand together by forming a bite with that tail. And let's see, and bringing that bite all the way in and getting this as tight as I can. And I haven't done this in a while, so right there. So that's step 1 of 2 on the mule, and I want a big bite. And then the finishing tie off on the mule, it's not a half hitch, it's actually a full overhand. That's your classic mule tie off, as opposed to 2 half hitches, which is called dogging it off. And then now I can do whatever I have to do, correct any problems, and then I can't release on my Purcell up here. This is fully weighted, but I can bump the Purcell part of it, the prusik on the prusik. This I can bump down to transfer tension quite easily, and then as my hitch gets reweighted here, my AZTEK goes slack. Let's get that cinched up, and now I can release and reset it. So I always want to reset before I continue on, so I get this down and reset so it's back to a short profile, and I don't want to set it up here. I want this to be loose, and now I can tend my Munter mule tie off. So I get the overhand out and then get ready to pop this out, because when I do, I'm gonna go. So I need to be very careful about how much I have and get ready to, as it pops, right there, it's gonna load on my brake hand, so I need to be able to catch that with my brake hand so I don't get hung up again on the AZTEK, and then I can descend and control the speed with my right brake hand, and also I'd have to tend the AZTEK. So if it's too much weight, if you have a pack on or something, you can always do the Super Munter. So a way to descend, make small descents with the AZTEK that you have. And this applies to any kind of single rope descent. If you're doing it for recreation or whatever, you never want to have a regular prusik above your descender, whether that's like an ATC aperture blade device or like some kind of figure 8 or whatever, because then you're stuck. If you do anything, put a Purcell on it. The alternate to doing it with the Purcell, the VT instead. I think the VT will wrap around. So this is 8 mil. I think 8 mil will wrap around 8 mil. But as a general practice, try to avoid doing that. I want to size them up. I want the diameter of my rope grab to be about 60 to 80% the diameter of the rope that it's grabbing. So 8 mil on 11 mil kind of fits the bill for that. And so with the valve detain truss, it's just like 3 wraps, I think. And I want to get these tails level. So I can just feed this out, just get these tails to be a little bit more level, kind of like there, and then I start crossing everything over as many times as I can. And then this I can clip in. Let's see. So whatever device I'm using, doesn't really matter, but this is above my device. So I'm gonna bring this up and weight it. But here I can do minor bumps by gently releasing this, and I can descend a little bit right there. I can keep going. I don't really know how far I can go with this, you know, as far as like heat buildup and stuff, but the aramid fiber won't melt. And what's great about this is that it doesn't fix on a single point like the Purcell does, so this travels with me, so I don't have to worry about getting too far away from my equipment. So if you have VTs, that's another way you can incorporate your VTs into your set of 4s or AZTEK.